The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Please confirm audio video. Everyone, please reply. Okay. So let's get started. So before we proceed, it's important to understand that by today's learning, what kind of benefit you are going to get for your job. And please note, in this journey, what kind of points will help you in your interview, in your job. Let's see both side by side. If I talk about background, right now you guys know how to create object. You guys know how to add data in that. All these kind of things are not new for you. If you have been asked by your manager to create hundreds of objects in the office, that also you can do. There is no problem. But you don't know how to connect these objects with each other. You only know how to create independent object. For example, see, let's say your manager told you to create object 1, fine. Your manager told you object 2, fine. Your manager told you object number 99. Absolutely fine. There is no problem. But if they said connect these objects, if they said you do one thing, connect these objects, whatever objects you have, please note you cannot. You cannot do that. Let's see how we can do it. But more important is to see why to do this. Why we should connect the object. What advantage we will be getting. That is more important. Okay, so let's see something about that. Why to connect? What is the advantage? Why we should do all these kind of things? Let us see. Now let's see the importance. Okay, why we should connect, and then process. We will see later. But the way we saw in the demo session, how to create object, that knowledge of demo session, how to create object is not going to be sufficient. Not going to be sufficient. And that's why we need to take the next step. So why we need to connect the object? Why, just like the way we have seen in the demo, we cannot create individual object? So let's talk about that. Imagine one example, guys. Let's say you are working in a bank project where you have one table customer information, another table personal loan details, all the people in the bank taken personal loan, their details. Let's say here, mention the details mentioned here. And one more table, home loan table. All the people taken home loan, their details here. That's it. That's it. Okay, now see the importance. See what's going to happen now. Now there is no connection between this table. The way we saw in the demo, we create a table, but no connection. Similarly, let's say in this project, so many tables, but no connection. And now, so many problems will happen in the bank. Let's take one example. There is a person, let's say Ajay. We have the details here. And Ajay, in the past, taken personal loan, and he is a defaulter. He did not pay money. He did a fraud with bank. He did not pay EMI. He ran away. Whatever. And the same person went to another state far away from that location and applied for home loan in the same bank but in another branch hundreds of kilometers away from that branch. But there is no connectivity between the objects. That's why this home loan department will never understand that this person is a defaulter as there is no connection between the table. And this way, the banking business will face lots of losses as there is no interconnected object. So this is one example that shows you that how it's necessary to connect the objects together. Otherwise, so many problems can happen in the business. And please note, same thing in Salesforce business. If we are not connecting object, then problems will happen. Information will not be proper, uniform, and easy to access for everyone. Incomplete information will be available for everyone. Next. That's why the agenda of this new journey that we are going to start from today, the new journey that we are going to start from today will tell you solution of this problem, how to connect objects with each other, which is also known as relationship in Salesforce projects. Let's see. Let's talk about some famous interview questions, exam questions. Sometimes in the interview they ask, in fact, I will say regularly they ask, what is relationship in Salesforce and how we can set up relationship in Salesforce. So you can say whenever we want to connect two different objects with each other, then we do that by relationship or connecting two objects in Salesforce relationship. That's it. Now, this is required to establish a business process. Okay. Now, let me tell you that why we connect these objects? Because we want to connect their records. For example, see, if I'm connecting personal loan table and with home loan table, why I'm doing this? Because In future, after some time, today, tomorrow, I need to connect the records. So here is one record number one of Ajay who taken the personal loan, and we are connecting with record number six in the home loan. We are connecting this with each other so that we will have a clarity that what this person did in the personal loan or home loan, connecting the records like this. Why we are connecting? To establish a business process. So we are not only just connecting the object, but we are connecting the records also. Okay, now a question for you. If just we need to connect the record, then can we connect any random record with any random record? For example, there is a personal loan taken by Nancy and I'm connecting with Peter just for formality. Because you said, right, we need to connect the records. So I'm connecting the records, any random records for formality. Is this going to give us business solution? Check and tell me, think and tell me. As in the definition, it's compulsory to connect the record. So I will connect any random record. I have no problem. Will this solve my business problem? Good. So almost everyone gave a correct answer. It will not solve business problem because there is no benefit of connecting the home loan or personal loan of any random people. There is no benefit of this. We need to have connectivity. We need to make the connection between the relevant related people. Yes, yes, yes. Correct answer. You're right. You're right. So now let's see how we can achieve that. So how today's learning, tomorrow's learning is going to help us. So random records should not be connected. By the way, from this bank example, one thing to inform you, especially who are college pass outs in this session with age 23, 24, 25, please note that in your life try to keep your banking records very clean, especially in early stage of job, because one mistake in that, let's say before marriage time, you have taken any personal loan or credit card, did not pay properly, and after marriage or near your marriage, you need a home loan, it will be very hard to get approval. And I have seen many people suffered by that way. So keep your banking records clean, pay time to time. Now let's see how we can connect object in Salesforce with each other. Total 5 ways. In fact, there are 6 ways are there, but from that one way, this scenario has no connection to our program, but you can still keep in your mind for your knowledge. These are the 6 way, guys, by which we can connect object 1 to object 2. Means in simple words, we can establish relationship. Let's see one by one. And also I will give you some idea about the sixth one, even though it has no connection to our syllabus. And also why there is a space given between C and D, because Generally, in the training industry, in this market, we have seen people teaching only three, only three. But we have seen in the Salesforce industry, in our projects of Interlogic, we have seen knowledge of fourth and fifth also regularly required. Knowledge of fourth and fifth also regularly required. That's why we are going to tell you fourth, fifth also. Next, and overview of sixth also. Next, generally we focus only those things which are related to our syllabus. And now let me tell you what is the sixth point, which is just different from our syllabus. Now pay attention. See, in the all 1 to 5 example, relationship type 1 to 5. The situation is, see, this is Salesforce software, or I will say Salesforce org, and the table 1 and table, let's say 5, 6, whatever you are going to get, let's say table 9. Both are present, both will be present inside the Salesforce environment. That's it. They are inside Salesforce. But the sixth example is so different that here table 1 will be, let's say, inside Salesforce, but this table 2 will be outside of Salesforce, maybe in .NET, maybe in Oracle, maybe in SQL or whatever, but not inside Salesforce, somewhere outside. And this way we need a team in your office working on other platform, .NET, Java, Oracle. You need a team which can help you in this connection. Means Salesforce object you are connected to other platform object, Java, .NET, PHP object. This is possible by sixth type of relationship, which you cannot do by your own, because for that you need .NET, Java or other technology knowledge. Salesforce knowledge is not going to be enough. Next. So now let's understand. And by the way, here we are going to understand one by one how to work on this relationship step by step and when to use this, which is very essential to set up a proper relationship. See, your knowledge on this relationship is very important if you want to set up proper Salesforce project and you want success in your project output. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Project will fail. Project will fail if you don't set up relationship properly. And by the way, smart people also know that the same thing applies for our family members relationship also, for your life success or your professional success. You might be aware that in the scriptures in the Hinduism it is said, and maybe it's also part of other religion like Christianity or Islam. What scriptures say? So please note how much fame, popularity you are going to get in your life, that is directly proportional with your relationship with your mother. If the relationship is good, then you will be quite popular in the life, famous. Next, also how much money you will be getting, how much rich you will be in the life. That's going to be directly proportional relationship with your father. Plus, how much prosperity you are going to have in your life, directly proportional with the relationship with your spouse, husband or wife. And that's why you should not only focus on this Salesforce relationship, but also you should focus on your family members relationship, because both are important. Now let's start with the first type of relationship, and let's see how we can create relationships in Salesforce. First relationship type is lookup relationship. Let's see what is that. Step by step process. By the way, we are going to start this topic in Classic because there is a small bug in Lightning, and then from the next, that is from tomorrow, we are going to see in Lightning. Means almost 10% we are going to see in Classic and 90% in Lightning. This relationship topic. So let's start with the example of Interlogic's client. In the past, we have worked for one Canada client, a university in Canada. So we have helped many companies. We are helping many companies in their Salesforce projects. So I'm taking example of one other company. So by lookup relationship, how we connected two objects and provided them a solution in the university business process, we will see that without compromising the privacy of client. We will see that example in our own custom objects to avoid any disturbance in the client's privacy. So we will create our own object. We will create our own objects. At Intellogy, we respect the privacy of client, whether it's a training business student like you guys or any client of consulting business. And that's why whenever we post any placement image or success story, we avoid the exposing anyone's personal detail like mobile number and email address and full name to avoid disturbance in their privacy. Because hundreds of people will try to contact them. Will try to contact them. Okay. So in that project, the requirement was whenever any student is taking admission, then that student will be assigned to a mentor teacher. Mentor teacher will take care of so many responsibilities, the attendance of the student, the fees payment of the student, informing about the exam progress, assigning the dormitory to the student, and so many things. And such total 20 students, one mentor teacher used to manage. So the requirement was as soon as student is taking admission, at that time only we need to assign the mentor teacher. Now, if suppose everyone confirm audio video. All right, so everyone is saying all clear. So let's now move ahead. So I was telling you that one mentor teacher should be connected with 20, and please note that now let's see how we can achieve this. First of all, one important thing that here we are going to achieve this by using pick list. Now let me log into Salesforce and let me show you practically. So what we are going to do is here, imagine, let me go to our dice.com application, and after that let me show you. In fact, not dice, we are going to use our own custom object. So see what I'm going to do in the, so we are going to see, we are going to add here two objects. One is student and one is teacher. Okay, so let me click on this pen symbol, add more items, then click on all, and then here we are going to type teacher. See, these objects are already created. Okay, we have done for our project in the past. You are not supposed to create. For you, the assignment will be separate. You don't create all these things. This is not assignment for you, so don't create anything. Okay. Okay, so now let me tell you that what if we don't use the relationship field, because just directly using this is not important. You should also read, you should also know the reason behind this. If, for example, we are going to use in another field pick list, then what will happen? If you use pick list, then what will happen? See now here what will happen. So I'm going to click on new button. I'm trying to take an admission of the student and see what's going to happen. So see, I'm going to click on new button, and now I'm going to take the admission. Okay, now what I will do here is forget about relationship field. Let's say we don't know relationship field, and that's why we are trying to see any other options. Okay, let's say I will create a kind of a text field where we have to type name of the teacher. Tell me what difficulties will be faced in that case. What difficulties will be faced in that case? What difficulties will be faced in that case? What difficulties? Correct. So guys, please note that in this scenario, correct. If there are so many teachers, then it's going to be quite difficult to enter the name of the teacher. We have to memorize the name of the teacher. All these difficulties will be faced. We have to manually enter, right? It's not going to be easy. Manually enter the names. Not a good solution to have. Not a good solution to have a custom or kind of a text field. Okay, fine. Next. Now imagine the text field is failed. That example, that scenario is not suitable. Okay, what about pick list? Fine. So now I will not use text. I will use a pick list where I will mention the list of all the teachers in the university. Now, what will be the drawback of this if I use pick list? I'll give an example. Imagine there is a teacher, let's say Maria. That teacher left the organization. She joined another organization. So here, if we delete the record in Maria, do you think in the pick list automatically changes will happen? No, it will not. Okay, let's say there is a teacher Maria where the spelling of that Maria teacher is like this in the teacher table, and that's why here also in the pick list we added this spelling. But let's say after few days the spelling correction happened, and let's say it is mentioned like this. So do you think automatically whatever changes you have done in the teacher object will be reflected here in the pick list? Do you think that will happen automatically? So you can see, so there are so many problems if we use text field or pick list field, and that's the reason guys, we must use only relationship field. Pick list and text is not going to help you. Next. Okay, so finally you understood that relationship is the only solution for such kind of problem. So let's see what are the steps to create relationship between these two objects. Two objects means which two objects? We are going to build a relationship between these two objects, teacher and student. Okay, which I have done, which I have created in the past. You don't need to create. You don't need to create them. Okay. Okay. So what is the first step in this relationship process? The first step in this process is identify your objects. Which two objects you want to connect? Answer is clear. We need to connect the teacher and student object. Fine. Second step, you need to, now this is interesting. Second step is interesting. Pay attention. You need to decide what in what object you want to create relationship field on which object. Okay. Now see here, guys. You observe carefully and you only tell me where you think it's going to be suitable to create relationship field. Option number one. What I will do is on the teacher, one teacher 20 students, right? So on the teacher, here one field, here one field, here one field, here one field, like this 20 fields I will create here, because one teacher 20 students, and this way we will add all the 20 students names here, and this way I will go with plan number A. I can go with plan number A. Plan number B, second plan. Instead of like doing like this, what I will do, I will create the field in student, and just simply I will mention, I will go for single, just one field, and I will mention here teacher name. This is plan number B. So you think now, customer point of view, in a real-time project scenario, plan A will be suitable or plan B will be suitable? What do you think? Creating 20 fields or just one field? Very good. Plan B is correct answer. Please note, if you think plan A, please note the complexity will be, see today your management is saying one teacher, 20 students. Let's say tomorrow more demand in the university and they said one teacher, 30 students. So will you add again 10 fields? Next year, less demand in the university business. So they said one teacher, 10 students. Will you delete 20 fields and make 10 fields? How difficult it is going to be to manage like this. And that's why guys, single field creation is the best solution. That's it. So in your project also, if your customer is ever going with approach number A, multiple fields creation, tell sir, we can do it better. Just one field is sufficient to manage and maintain in any business, normal business or good business or bad business scenarios. Now remember that as you understood, creating one field. So The thumb rule, you understood? Thumb rule, you understand? Creating one field is best, not many. Okay, please note. Okay, now guys, the object on which we create this field, this relationship field, this is called as secondary object. Now please tell me, in our project scenario, which is secondary object? Tell me, one is secondary, one is primary. Look at the screen and tell me, in our scenario, what is primary, what is secondary object? The object on which we create the field, secondary. Good. So guys, you are right. Student, secondary, teacher, primary. Yes. Because we are going to create the field on student object. Okay, see now. Let me show you. See what we decided, that we will not go with this plan of creating 20 fields on teacher, 20 student field. It's a bad plan. It's not a practice of market. Leave it. Then what you will do, you will create a single field on student. Fine. This is our final plan. So the object on which we create the relationship field is called as secondary object, and the second object on which we do nothing, no field on this object, it is called as primary object. So student is secondary, teacher is primary. That's it. Only one student gave wrong answer. I hope you are clear. The student who gave wrong answer, student secondary, teacher primary. Next. Now a small question for you. Teacher and student example that we saw is what kind of connection? Please note, I am not saying relationship, I am saying connection, and this is generally not asked in the interview. Rarely they ask, but still you should be ready with this also. This is what kind of connection? I am not saying relationship, just tell me what kind of connection is that. Correct, one to many, yes. For your surprise, in Salesforce by default, we have only one connection. Which one is that? We have only one connection. Which one? One to many connection. That's it. By default, only one thing, one to many connection. That's all. If needed, we can arrange solution like one to many. Sorry, one to one and many to many also. If you want, we can take some efforts and we can arrange one to one, many to many also, but not by default. By default, not possible. Okay, it's not available by default. Next. By the way, one to many and many to one and the same, one and the same. See here, whether you say one to many, whether you say many to one and the same. For example, one teacher has 20 students or 20 students has one manager. Same thing, same thing. Okay, so first step done, identify the object. Second step done, I find out the secondary object. Now third step, decide what relationship you are going to use. Simple lookup relationship. Okay, now next fourth step, create the relationship field on secondary object, and fifth, connect the records. That's it. So now the remaining steps are, you create the relationship between these two objects. Why? Because I can connect some records of these objects in future. That's it. These are the only 5 steps you have to take care in your office to connect two objects. Now let's proceed and create the relationship field. But if you remember, I told you that there is a bug in Lightning. That's why let me do one thing. Let me go to Classic, and in fact, here in this scenario, I'm going to also show you the error. Okay, I'm going to also show you the error, and then we will go to Classic. Okay, so first I will show you the error. Let the error come. Okay, so that you will be also aware what error is coming. Fine. So next, what is that? Now connect these two objects. Okay, so go to the student object, because there we are going to create the field. Click on the gear, click on the edit object, and let's create the relationship field. Click on fields and relationship in the left hand side. So all the fields we can create by this option. So click on new button. And as I told you that this is a part of our Interlogics project work. This I'm giving you an example. You don't need to create any object like this. Your assignment will be coming on Thursday or Friday. Till then, nothing to be done, only revision. Okay, so you can see by this way we can create lookup and master detail. And by this way we can create that relationship, which is 6 relationship, which I told you, where Salesforce knowledge is not enough. Here we can connect to .NET, Java, Oracle, SQL, and so on. Anyways, let's focus on our current requirement, lookup relationship. Click on lookup, click on next. Okay, now this is related to which object? You are going to connect student with which object? Obviously teacher, T for teacher. Click on next, click on next. This field is called as mentor teacher. I'm writing mentor teacher. Description, help text, we already saw in the demo. You know what is the meaning of that, leave it. Child relationship, you don't need that as of now. You need this in programming. When you learn Salesforce programming, at that time it's required. Don't worry, leave it. Required, you know what is the meaning of that. We already seen in the past in the demo, field creation. Leave it. And what to do if lookup record is related? In few minutes we will see. And customer report type, when the right time will come, you will come to know about this. Leave it. So only this is pending, which we will see after a few minutes. And this is pending. Lookup filter, that also we are going to see after few minutes. Okay, so after that, so you can see nothing to be done here. Click on next button. Now visible read only we have seen in the demo, nothing new, leave it. This also we saw in the demo. Okay, now this is new for you. This is new. You don't know this. You guys don't know this. What is this? Okay, see. Salesforce is saying that Shekhar, suppose if I go to any teacher record, then I will show you a kind of a section. I will show you a section where all the students' name will be mentioned, all the 20 students. And there will be one heading, a kind of a heading of this section. So what heading you would like to give? That's a simple question. That is a simple question they are asking. Okay, please note this. Now guys, in this scenario, let me tell you that we are going to give a simple name. Let's say list of students, simple like this, and save. That's it. There is nothing special about this, just a kind of heading, and that's it. Okay, so this way we have successfully done with the field creation lookup relationship field between the student and teacher. Next, So guys, after this, let us see what is going to be the next thing. Now, can you guess what is going to be the next thing? You know the answer. We already discussed about this last step. What should be the next step after creating relationship? Yes, very good. Connecting the records. Correct answer. Connect the records. Okay. So imagine now today one person is taking admission. Robert is the person. He got in the previous exam, let's say 80 percentage. And now look at this. This is the output of today's session. Whatever we have seen today. Now, how can I connect with the teacher? Before that, let me show you the names of the teacher. Just a minute. Go to teacher. Look at this. Names of teacher. So let's say maybe I will select any teacher like Christina, Maria, whatever. So I can just click on this and I can select any teacher, Maria, and that's it. Save. That's it. Done. This is called as relationship in Salesforce. Connecting one object to second object. Why? To connect their one record with second record. That's it. Okay. Now, in this case, let me go to the field again. Let me go to the field creation again. And let me talk about those things which I said we will discuss later. So now let me go to fields and relationship. Open the same field that we have seen before some time. Mentor, teacher. Edit. Okay. Now in this you can see these some kind of fields are coming which is not related to our program and not even required, not even widely used in the market. But even though it's not part of our program, that then also here in this case, let me tell you what is the importance of that. Okay. So here, suppose you want to track some kind of fields. Okay. You want to track the fields, you want to track the performance of the field. At that time, this is useful. And please note, useful for GDPR compliance, access control, auditing purpose, etc. etc. Okay, anyways, so let's move ahead because not part of our program. Next. Now, this is something which we discussed. So let us see what is the meaning of this. Now, in this case, here, in this case, here, in this scenario, suppose there is a teacher, let's say in our example, Maria, and there is a student, let's say Ajay. Okay. Salesforce is saying, imagine that Maria is resigning from that university. What you would like to do in this case? Okay. What you would like to do in this case? First, fine, allow, no problem. Clear the value, no problem. Proceed, no issues. So what will happen? So in this case, here, this area will be empty. Fine, no problem, allow. Option number one. And if you select second, don't allow. Don't allow. That's it. Okay? Simple. Now tell me who will take the decision? First option or second option? Who will take the decision? Good. So guys, client will decide this. Client will decide. Very good. Client or our BA or our manager. In simple words, client. So right, that's why you don't worry about this. Okay, you don't worry about this. Next, so this is done. They will tell, as of now, let's select clear the value, no problem. But if you don't want to be deleted, if you don't want that to be deleted, go for this option. Okay, next. Now look up filter. See, it is possible that, what is the meaning of lookup filter? Understand this. It is possible that in your university, let's say there are 100 teachers. Some are mathematics, some are science teacher, some are English teacher. And management is saying that you should not push everyone to become a mentor teacher. Because there is a load of syllabus for mathematics and science teacher. So out of all these teachers, whatever we have, we want management, not we, management is saying that those teachers where subject is not mathematics or such kind of heavy subject, or in simple words, you can say that there are some subjects which are heavy, big syllabus, so we cannot push them to do this kind of extra activity. Do one thing, only English and only geography, that's it. English or geography teacher allowed for this activity. So now look at this one example. So teacher Krishna is what? She is a science teacher. Not allowed. Not allowed. She should not be engaged in this kind of activity of informing parents, talking about the fee spending and all these things. No. Maria, English, yes. Small syllabus. She should spend the time in this kind of activity. Kate, geography, yes, fine. Allowed, allowed. Okay. So this is the plan. So now what is the requirement? So when we are searching for teacher, then only English and geography teacher should be visible. How? Let's see. For that we use filter. Click on show filter setting. Here you say in simple words subject equal to English. So click on this. Click on this magnifying glass. Where is the subject field? Where is subject field? Look at this. If you remember, subject field is here. Here is subject field, right? So say mentor teacher, in that subject field insert if subject field is equal to. Now tell me, English is a value or it's a field? English is a field name or it's a value? What is that English? Value. There is no field called as English. Look at this. Look at this. Where is field called as English? Where is English field? It's not a field name. It's a value. So only teacher with the subject English and teacher with the subject geography. Okay. By the way, guys, in between this, and is mentioned. And is required or is required? What is required? Do you think one teacher can be teaching both subjects? Look at this. Look at the field. It is pick list. So do you think I can select both values for a single teacher? Let's say Adam is a teacher and I want to select English and geography both. Possible? No, not possible. One teacher, only one subject. That's why here I should mention or, because either one is possible or two is possible. How both possible at a time? How there can be a teacher with both subjects at a time? No, right? So only one at a time, or is required. Next. Now, required means, do you think it should be compulsory at any cost a teacher with any other subject like science, mathematics should not be selected. Do you think it is compulsory? Yeah, it's very compulsory. Then select required. Then select required. Okay. Do you want to give any error to the person who is selecting any wrong subject or something like that? Do you want to give an error? Yeah, you can give error. Like, sorry, um, something went wrong, something like this. Or you can even keep whatever is error coming by default. This way you can select. And what is optional? Now this optional is little bit tricky. And we are going to see this because there is an error in the lightning. And that's why we are going to see this example practically in the next session. In the next session. As of now, you only understand till this point that how we can set up this. How we can set up this. Okay, fine. So now what is your work? Please note you will be getting assignment or you will be getting some task. Your assignments, okay, will be maybe on Thursday or Friday. Okay, please note till then only revision of whatever we are learning and note down your questions for Sunday session. That's it. Only this much till we give you some work. Apart from that, anything else, you can text us whenever you want. And let's meet tomorrow.